Mykelti Brown Padron, daughter of Christine and Kody Brown, had finally spoken up. And what she said changed everything. This wasn't a casual update or a sweet family moment. It was a message, raw, emotional, and full of truth. A message aimed directly at her father, Kody, and his fourth wife, Robyn. And as fans read her words, many felt the same thing: shock, sadness, and a sense that something deep had finally broken beyond repair. For years, Mykelti stayed quiet, while her mother, Christine, faced the pain of a crumbling marriage. While her siblings struggled with distance and confusion, Mykelti tried to keep peace. She often said, "I don't want to choose sides." She wanted to love her father, but also protect her mother. But silence can only last so long. When truth starts to burn inside you, eventually, you speak. And that's what she did. Christine Brown's decision to leave Kody wasn't sudden. It was years of hurt, disappointment, and loneliness. She gave her heart, her time, her life to the family, but in return, she often felt invisible. Mykelti watched her mother's pain. She saw the forced smiles, the quiet tears, the long nights when Christine pretended everything was fine. And through it all, one pattern remained: Kody's closeness with Robyn. The favoritism, the excuses, the emotional wall that separated Christine from her husband. Fans could see it on screen. But for Mykelti, it wasn't just television. It was her family falling apart. As the years passed, Robyn became the emotional center of Kody's world. Every decision, every conversation seemed to orbit around her feelings. When the other wives expressed pain, Kody defended Robyn. When the children asked questions, he deflected. It was always about keeping the peace, but only one person's peace. Mykelti noticed it all. And even though she loved Robyn once, like a second mother, something had changed. She saw manipulation hidden behind kindness, promises that never came true, and an atmosphere where her father became unreachable, even to his own children. It wasn't one event. It was a buildup of moments. A canceled visit. A forgotten birthday call. A family gathering where Kody didn't show up again. Then came the heartbreaking phone call between Christine and Kody. Words were exchanged that cut deep, and Mykelti heard every one. Christine's voice cracked. Kody's tone was cold. And Robyn's presence lingered in the background, silent but powerful. That was the moment Mykelti knew. She couldn't stay quiet anymore. It appeared on social media one afternoon. A long post written with trembling honesty. Mykelti began, "To my dad and Robyn, this is hard for me to say, but silence only helps lies." Her words struck deep. She continued, "You talk about loyalty, but where was that loyalty when Mom needed you most? Where was the truth when all we got were excuses? You built this family, and now you've torn it apart." Fans read the post again and again, stunned. It wasn't hateful. It wasn't cruel. It was simply honest. Within minutes, comments flooded in. Tens of thousands of fans rallied behind her. Some wrote, "Finally, someone said it. Christine raised a brave daughter." This family needed truth, not control. Others defended Kody and Robyn, saying Mykelti should stay out of it. But even those voices couldn't drown out the power of her message. For many viewers, it was a turning point. The children were now speaking up. the silence was officially over. Kody's reaction came later, not directly, but through subtle comments in an interview. He said, "Sometimes people are emotional. They don't see the full picture." To him, Mykelti's post was just venting. But to fans, it was much more. It was the truth from a daughter who had watched too much pain for too long. Robyn, meanwhile, was said to be devastated, claiming she never meant to hurt anyone. Yet her tears didn't change the reality Mykelti had exposed. Behind the drama, behind the headlines, there was love. Mykelti didn't speak because she wanted attention. She spoke because she wanted healing. She wanted her siblings to see that telling the truth isn't betrayal. That standing by your mother isn't cruelty. And that silence sometimes is the loudest form of suffering. Her message wasn't just to Kody and Robyn. It was to all broken families that truth matters more than image. Christine, ever the gentle mother, didn't post anything public. But during a live session, fans noticed tears in her eyes when Mykelti's name came up. She smiled softly and said, "I'm proud of all my kids. They're brave. They speak from their hearts." And that was all she needed to say, because the world already knew Mykelti had said what Christine couldn't. Weeks passed. The family tension grew thicker. Some siblings stopped speaking. Others tried to mend the divide. But one thing had changed forever. The illusion of unity was gone. The truth had been spoken, and the world had heard it. There was no going back. As the dust settled, fans began to reflect. This wasn't just about polygamy or reality TV drama. It was about real people,